How to get rich in 2024 step by step through online business. This works no matter where you're from. There's zero experience required. And very, very importantly, you only fail if you give up. Obviously, if you follow the right information. I'm here today to present to you that right information. And who am I? My name is Dan Vass. I'm a 28-year-old entrepreneur. I'm Canadian. I was born in Europe. I grew up in an immigrant family that was lower class, and we became middle class because my parents worked their asses off. And I started with nothing. I had $40,000 in college debt. I had no mentors or rich dads, and I figured it out myself at a time when there was really no information out there online on how to actually do this. And I was able to make $15 million online in the past 6 to 7 years through various different online businesses, which I'm going to break down here today. So why am I doing this, right? I'm doing this because I've been sharing my journey on what's working with my online businesses and what doesn't work. For the past 6-7 years, I've been running this YouTube channel, and I've coached thousands of people. I mean, millions if you count the views on my YouTube channel. I have really popular e-commerce videos that I've made. And throughout this whole journey, I've been as transparent as I could be, as transparent as possible. And I know that if you watch this video and you actually follow what I'm saying, you will do this. The only person that is stopping you is yourself, because you only fail if you give up. Now, before we actually get into the nitty gritty on how to actually do this, because I know right now you're like, well, what about this title? It's clickbait. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. Okay, before we begin, we must erase all BS limiting beliefs, all bullshit society limiting beliefs. This is right here the number one thing that is stopping you from achieving success. The number one thing that is stopping anybody from actually doing this. The amount of people that I've seen that if you actually knew, if you saw them in real life and you actually knew how much money they were making with online business, the amount of people that I've seen do this successfully is shocking. It truly is shocking. Literally anybody from 18 years old all the way to 70-year-olds, people that are not even from America, people that have survived cancer, the people that have done this while literally going through cancer treatment. I'm not even kidding. Okay. And so I've seen this, obviously I'm a product of online business success. So I've done it myself from nothing, but I've also seen it hundreds and thousands of times over and over again. So truly the only person stopping you is yourself, but it all starts with this. Mindset is always the most important. I've been saying this for years, and I know you're like, just show me how to make the money. Listen, your success is a byproduct of your mind and your growth and your self-development. I can show you the best ways to make money. I can even show you, the best product, let's say, to launch on Amazon or the best product on Shopify. But if you have this, you are going nowhere. You're going to get right back down to where you are today, and there's going to be no result. Okay. The reason why rich people are rich is because they adopt rich people mindsets. The reason why poor people are poor is because they stay in the poverty mindset. It's really just the question of abundance versus scarcity mindset. And so, right now, if you have this going on, these things of it's okay to not be rich, not everybody can do it. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it, which is something that I used to say myself and I actually think myself. If you think $50,000 to $100,000 a year of a salary working a corporate job is not that bad, and you genuinely believe this and you don't try to think outside the box and really question, what you believe and the way that you've lived your life your entire life, the truth is that you're just not going to do it. And so we have to be aware of this. Okay. We have to be aware of our faulty programming. If you didn't grow up rich, even if you did, right, you probably grew up having everything. You still need to abandon this or whatever limiting beliefs that you have. Okay, because any type of belief where you tell yourself, I can't do it for XYZ reason is just straight bullshit. So it didn't just work for me. I've coached thousands of people personally as a mentor over the years, people that have paid me money to actually help them set up their businesses. This is a document here just on Amazon. And so Amazon is something that I started my business with. As you can see, the list is endless. And these are all just from 2022, 2023, I believe here. And so these are all real people, right? And they all posted results, they all achieved results. Most of them, this guy, 19 years old, this was in 2020, so a while ago, but 22K in 20 days, right? And then it goes all the way to 2023. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can see the countless amounts of interviews where I've interviewed people over the years that I've coached myself. And yes, they've paid me for my e-commerce course, but the purpose of this video is not to funnel you into that course. The purpose of this video is to really introduce you to the exact steps you need to take to get rich. And it doesn't even have to be with Amazon. At the end of this video, I'm going to direct you to a link where I created a free course called How to Make Your First $10,000 Online. It's completely free, and that will be enough to actually help you make that money. But here, this is like an introduction. I really want to just, get you on the right path here. So, okay, we erased limiting beliefs. And here are the exact steps, okay? So I know we all want the exact steps. Number one is choose the best online business model for you, okay? And so for that, I actually created the Freedom Quiz. The Freedom Quiz is gonna take you 30 seconds. The link is down below in the description, and I'll show you it right now. So the link is freedom.co/quiz. It takes 30 seconds, and you are going to get a legitimate online business that is working right now in 2024 that will help you reach your freedom goal of 10K a month and beyond. And this is based on the answers that you like answer here, like based on your interests and your strengths, right? So, I can't say that Amazon FBA is the best business for you. I can't say that Shopify is the best business for you, or affiliate marketing. That's why I have this quiz, because, different people, like one person can be more analytical, one person can be more creativity driven. If someone's more data driven, like Amazon, if someone's more creative, Shopify, if someone has no starting capital, like affiliate marketing would be better. So that's the purpose of this quiz. So pause the video right now, go and do this quiz. It will take 30 seconds. And come back when you finish, because literally one of the biggest problems is people don't even know what the best business is for them to start. These are all legit. They're not scams. I personally have done them myself. Okay. If you want to actually know my journey of like how I went from broke to multimillionaire at 28, I made another video here recently. You can check out my YouTube channel as well, where I break the whole journey down and I show you with earnings proof. Okay. So if we go back here, first step is choose the best business model for you. If you've already taken the quiz, fantastic. You should have the answer there. And it would have directed you to the free 10K course that I made. Just keep watching this video. Take that at the end, okay? Because there's important things that I'm going to talk about here that if you don't know, you're just not going to succeed. Okay, so step number 2 is once you know the business you're going to do, literally like the biggest thing is just to select the business. People spend so much time just running around like chickens, between one day they wake up, I'm going to do crypto. One day they wake up and I'm going to do Amazon. And one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do Shopify. And you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, you just need to select the best business model that suits you, that suits your strengths and, just the person that you are, and just commit to it. Okay, until you reach that 10K a month profit goal. And so step number 2 is once you have your business is you find the best course to follow, and you also watch free YouTube videos. So the reason why courses are so good, and you're like, oh, like, you're promoting your course. No, I'm literally just saying the reason why course is so good is because education is changing. Now 18-year-olds have 2 options, or actually 3 options, in terms of like, where do I go for higher education? Do I go to university college? Do I go to community college? Or do I take an online course? And that was not an option that was available 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. And so, the difference is that whereas university and college teaches you, or basically you pay 40, 50 grand or 100 grand for a fancy piece of paper, there's certain professions that require that, like doctors and lawyers and things like that. If you're not going to do that and you want to just make money and you want to have like a very livable lifestyle and you want to have a certain degree of freedom, then you just need to figure out a way to make money. And that's why people go into the trades, into community college. And so you have to look at this as like online trades, right? So I look at these like online trades. Like this is like a course. It's like trade school, and it shows you exactly what you need to do to actually make money with a particular business model. Paying for a course is by far the fastest way to achieve success. If I had to figure everything out myself with free YouTube videos, it would have taken me forever, and I probably would have never gotten anywhere because of my ego telling me that, oh, you don't need to spend money. It doesn't make any sense. So my advice to you is when you actually know the best business model for you from the quiz, then you find the best course to follow. For Amazon, we have our own ecom freedom. Link is down below. We take a certain amount of people every quarter. For any other business model, you'll find resources down below as well. I'm going to link the absolute best course below. It might be even one that I'm making in the future because I haven't just done Amazon. I've actually done 5 business models. So it's going to be the fastest way. I took the best Amazon courses that were available back in 2017, and that's the reason I achieved success so quickly, because I literally just followed the steps that worked for somebody that just did it before me, right? So also joining a course is going to put you in an active community of people at your level who have already achieved results, because you're the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. If you don't have anybody else that you know or that you communicate with in person or online that is on the same path as you or ahead of you, it's going to be that much harder to achieve success because you're all alone in a jungle, in a maze, and you're trying to figure out how to get out of this maze, right? Where if you actually take a course and you join an active community of people, you're in the maze, but you're being shown how to navigate through the maze. Okay. And so there's a lot of, shit talking about courses and a lot of just hate on it, because I think people are just, there's always going to be the naysayers, and there's always going to be people that never get anywhere with their lives. Right. But there's always going to be people as well that, believe in themselves and that believe in that they're capable of more and that they're not meant to be average. And they're the ones that are taking the courses that are succeeding, right? So once you actually find the best course, links are down below, by the way. Do not invest more than 5K or 8K at the most US dollars in whatever business model you're investing in. Certain business models require a starting capital. So that's e-commerce. For Amazon FBA and Shopify, you need about 5K US dollars for your startup capital. And if you don't have that, then I recommend that you pursue one of the income streams that have zero starting capital, which are high ticket sales, copywriting, starting an agency. So like, running ads or like a creative agency, doing coaching or starting a personal brand, or affiliate marketing, which is selling other people's products or existing products and making a commission by making content. That's the best way. Okay, so all of these that I linked here require zero, and then Amazon FBA and Shopify require 5K. They all have their own pros and cons. I cover them in my free How to Make Your First $10,000 Online course, which just join that at the end. Don't skip, okay, because we still have to cover some very important things, or you're not going to do this. There's just no way. So step number 5 is focus single-mindedly on the first income stream that you have chosen until you reach $10,000 a month in profit. I'd say one of the biggest mistakes that beginners make, the biggest screw-ups, is that they do not persist until they actually reach escape velocity. Okay, so what I call escape velocity, okay, if we have an arrow, so like let's say that the circle is you right here, okay, and you're working on your business, right? Right here is where you reach escape velocity. And what happens is, so from here to here in this arrow, you're not seeing much results, right? So this is where, let's say if it's Amazon, you invested in your product comes in and you're getting maybe a few sales here and there. But there always comes a point in any business model and anything you do in life actually, where you reach escape velocity. So if you think of a space shuttle or a rocket leaving Earth, okay, you can see here that it takes an enormous amount of energy for the rocket to leave the atmosphere, right? It takes an enormous amount of fuel and energy. But as soon as the rocket is able to leave the atmosphere and it reaches orbit, it does not have to run its thrusters. It does not have to do anything because it's in orbit. And orbit means that it rotates around the Earth and is basically just there without having to waste any fuel or anything else. That's why rockets come with huge thrusters, for them to actually be able to escape the atmosphere. If they don't have enough energy, they're not going to be able to do it. And it's the same thing with anything in life. It's the same analogy. So most people, they never hit this escape velocity, right? What happens after you hit escape velocity is you literally go up like this, okay? Until you reach like a point where it's like stable, and then, it might be like a little bit down, and if you keep working on it, like up, down, and then again, boom. That is how people get rich, like really, really rich. They keep following this trend line. So, if we were to like title this is basically like you're making like 0 to 1K a month. All right. And then escape velocity, once you hit that, you're making like 1 to 20K a month. And then you're probably just chilling at whatever, revenue that you land on with whatever business model you're doing. All right. So this would be like right here, and it's stable. And then here in the next jump, it would be like from, 15 to 20K a month to 50 to 100K, like huge jumps. Life is not linear. It does not look like this. It's not this arrow. Okay. It's more like, up and down like that. So that is very important to understand. That's why you need to be single-minded on your first income stream until you hit 10K a month in profit. So for example, let's say you decide to do Amazon FBA. You find your product, you put in the work, you take the course, because we've already discussed the course. Okay, yeah, you do an upfront investment, but you get a mentor, right? There's no mentor in the world that's going to teach you for free. Nobody is going to want to teach you for free, okay? There's courses out there, there's mine, there's others. Ours has the best reviews online. You can look us up, Ecom Freedom. Link is down below too. When you get into that, you automatically get myself as a mentor and a $1 million Amazon mentor who is my best friend. And he actually learned from my stuff in my videos as well when he started like a few years ago. And when you start, what you do is, you're doing your product research. I'm just using Amazon FBA as an example. You find your product, you're comparing different products. You're figuring out your branding. You're comparing product A, B, C, and then finally you invest in your product. After you find a supplier, you launch it. That's all right here before you hit escape velocity, right? Which we call E. So you do that until you hit 10K. And then once your product is stable, so it might land at like 5, 10, 20K a month in sales, which 30% of that is profit if it's e-commerce. Different business models have different profit margins, just so you're aware. And I covered that in the How to Make Your First 10K course. Then you want to rinse and repeat with the same income stream. So if we use Amazon as an example, then you go and find your second product. And then you get that past its escape velocity. And then you can go and find your third product. So you want to work on your first income stream until you hit about 30K a month in profit, right? At least 20K, I would say, in profit, okay? So with high ticket sales, copywriting agency, coaching, personal brand, affiliate marketing, with all of those, the profit margin is closer to 100% because you're not having to invest in inventory. With e-commerce, it's usually about 30%, 40% at the most. And it doesn't mean that e-commerce is worse, not at all. If I was starting today, I'd start with e-commerce actually, because when I started, I didn't have anything to sell, or I didn't have any like skills or anything like that. And, for me, I was just like, hey, I just got to find a good product and then figure out a way to brand it and make it better. And then, within months, I can have it make good money. And so basically, you want to focus on your first income stream until you hit 20 to 30K a month in profit. Then after that, you add your second income stream, okay? Same thing, you follow this exact thing. So let's say you already got your Amazon, then your second income stream, maybe it's Shopify. Maybe you take your existing brand, you put it on Shopify, or you don't want to even, do e-commerce for your second income stream. You want to do affiliate marketing, okay? Or you want to start coaching. Let's say you want to become an e-commerce coach, okay? Rinse and repeat. You work on it. So your first income stream is already good and it's already stable, making money. You work on your second income stream and you rinse and repeat steps 5 and 6. You get your second income stream until 10K a month in profit and then 30K a month in profit. And then what ends up happening is you are growing money trees. Okay. So money trees, it's the easiest way to understand really how people get rich. How they get rich is they are growing money trees. Imagine, your first business model is going to be money tree number 1. You are planting a tree, you're sowing the seeds, you're planting the tree, you're getting it up to 10 to 30K a month, right? And you're single-mindedly doing that because you can't be growing 3 trees. Like imagine you have a garden, right? And you only have 1 tree that you plant. Well, all you got to worry about is that 1 tree. But if you plant 100 trees in your garden, it's going to you're not going to be able to focus and make sure that every single tree gets what it needs, right? Like some trees are going to die, some trees are going to be fine. You get what I'm saying. That's why the best way, if you chase 2 rabbits, you catch none. It's a famous saying. It's like a Chinese saying, I think Confucius or Sun Tzu. But the best way to go about this is you grow your first money tree, which is your first income stream, until 10 to 30K a month. Then once you've mastered your first income stream, you've reached a point where it's like, okay, it's making a stable amount of money and it doesn't take too much of my time. Then you go to money tree number 2, rinse and repeat, the same thing. Then you go to money tree number 3. And that is how you plant trees. And when a money tree is fully grown, you can just basically, pluck off the money, right, without destroying the tree. But if you stop watering the trees, aka you stop working on the trees, they are going to die. So it's like the perfect analogy for this, right? And the goal is, and this is really how you get rich, is you have 3 to 5 money trees, so 3 to 5 income streams, where you're making 50 to 100K a month in profit. Once you reach 50 to 100K a month in profit, US dollars, which I know sounds insane, but it's really not that hard if you follow the right information. You follow my videos, it's not that hard, I promise. Okay, it takes work. It's not like super easy, and it takes persistence and it takes the right mindset and it takes really just believing in yourself and having faith, most importantly, having faith. It's really not that hard. When you're making this much money, you are so far ahead of people, of everybody else in society, that daily basic expenses, you don't even look at the price. Like when I go to the grocery store, I don't look at the price of anything. I don't remember the last time I looked at the price of something, you don't really, all financial worries of regular people, they completely go away. You can basically go travel wherever you want. You can stay wherever you want. As you work on your business and you water your trees and you do what's required for your trees, they are going to be stable and they're going to keep growing. Okay. So now I want to cover some very important things here. Most common questions, issues, and concerns. I'm scared, right? So let's say you're scared, and that's completely normal. You're scared to fail. Fear of failure is the number 1 reason that people don't even start. But you have to understand that in our society today, risk is rewarded. You have to take risks to have big jumps in your life. And as entrepreneurs, we take calculated risks. So a calculated risk is where your, let's say, downside is limited and your upside is unlimited. But most people, they take risks where their downside is unlimited and their upside is limited. Okay, so right here, I'm going to put entrepreneurs, and here we're going to put regular people. All right, so this is D, downside, this is upside. All right, so I'm going to explain. This is very important to understand. So how regular people go about their lives is that, let's say they go to college. So what is the upside of going to college? Well, most certainly there's no way that you're going to be a millionaire right when you graduate. That there's zero chance. That is an impossibility unless you go to Las Vegas and you win big or something like that, and the chance of that is extremely low, or you win the lottery. It's not going to happen. So your upside with going to college and getting a college degree is, okay, you know what the average salary is of people that graduate. Maybe you're going to, get a salary that's a little bit above average or a lot above average, but it's still not going to be unlimited, right? But your downside of going to college is massive, because you can go to college, you can spend all that money, plunge into debt, and then get no job, or be stuck in a debt cycle where basically you're not able to pay anything off. So that's what regular people do. Regular people, they go and they take risks where the downside is unlimited and the upside is limited. Whereas people that are rich and entrepreneurs, they go about life in a completely different way, in the opposite way. They do things opposite of regular people. They take risks and they do things where the downside is limited and the upside is unlimited. For example, when I started my Amazon FBA business, I knew that the downside of me starting my Amazon FBA was my starting capital. So if I started my Amazon FBA business and it didn't work out, all right, well then, my starting capital was knocked out completely, let's say, and that's the worst case scenario. We're not even talking about, usually with Amazon, you don't lose all your money. If it's a failed product, you end up breaking even and making it back when you set the price to break even. And I covered that in my Amazon videos. But I knew that the worst case scenario was losing my 3K that I started with. But the upside of it was huge, because I knew that if it did work and if it succeeded, then it could go to like 30K a month, 50K a month, even 100K a month, right? And the upside was just completely unlimited. I could have started the next multi-million-dollar brand, right? And so that is the difference. Regular people, they take calculated risks that are opposite of what rich people take, right? So they take risks where the downside is unlimited, right? It's like, basically either you win a little bit or the downside is complete catastrophe. Whereas rich people and entrepreneurs, they operate in a completely different mindset, completely different way. So, this is all about the whole I'm scared to fail. You have to understand that, if you want to achieve freedom and you want to achieve a life of happiness and you want to have the freedom to travel and make money, or just not worry about finances and work from home and, not have a boss, you're going to need to take a calculated risk, an entrepreneurial calculated risk where your upside is unlimited and your downside is limited. And if you never try, you will never succeed. Okay. Trust me, I was scared too. Everybody's scared in different degrees. It's something that you have to work on every single day. Every single day you have to pump yourself up and be your best hype man or hype woman. And you have to tell yourself, I'm going to do this no matter what. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. You have to have complete and total faith, and that's where people struggle. Okay? Next thing is I don't have enough money to start. Now, good news here, there are tons of different businesses that I covered here in this video, as well as in the free $10,000 online course. The link for that is below, where you don't need any money to start whatsoever. So like high income skills, like high ticket sales or copywriting or affiliate marketing or starting an agency. These are all things that require $0 to start, and they have very high profit margins. That's an option. And then you can always add on e-commerce later, because it is a very powerful business model. Like e-commerce, if you do it well, you can scale it and sell your brand for millions of dollars down the road. What if I fail? We covered that. If you don't try, you'll never succeed. And by the way, you probably will fail once or twice. It's very rare that somebody fails 10 times today because of the abundant amount of information online. I suck at computers. That's one that I've gotten a lot. And listen, if you truly suck at computers, you would have never been able to even get to this video in the first place. Maybe you're watching this on your phone and you got to this, but the level of skill that you need to be able to do the numbers that I'm talking about here in this video, you don't need to be a coder. I don't know how to code. You just need to know how to use Windows or Mac. So another one, I suck at English. Okay, if you suck at English, good news is that you can do any of these business models in your language, because, unless you speak like Viking or like Latin or something, where, it's not really a used language anymore, or Zorgon or something, there's always going to be a marketplace, right? So whichever language you speak, there's going to be a marketplace for it. Okay. So just know that. And in that free $10,000 course, I talk about how to apply those business models. You can follow the same steps and just do it in your own language, right? If you go on YouTube, there's tons of videos on, let's say, Amazon FBA in Arabic or in Spanish or in, it's not an excuse, right? I don't have enough time. Okay, well, the good news is that because you're working on your own schedule, even before you succeed, you can make the business model and the amount of time it requires fit you. So people have started Amazon businesses and even affiliate marketing businesses with just 2 hours a week or 5 hours a week. You don't need to put in 40 hours a week. When I started off, I was still working a job and I was still going to school and I was also cleaning windows on the side. I probably put in 10 hours a week, I'd say, and that was a lot for me. And I still was able to do it. It does not take 40 to 8 hours a week. If you are spending that much time, I doubt that you're actually putting in focused time. You're probably just scrolling or watching videos. I don't know. I don't think it's possible for me. That's a limiting belief. Refer back to slide number 3 here, which is, limiting beliefs, all this. If you never get over these, you are never going to be rich. You can just close out this video and forget all about it. And just don't watch Make Money Online videos ever again, because what's the point? Just go and scroll through TikTok and just, work a job and just be happy with that. And if you're not happy with that, you're going to have to get rid of these. Okay. The best way to get rid of limiting beliefs is to read entrepreneurship books. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki is the one that I started with. Millionaire Fastlane and Unscripted by MJ DeMarco are also really good. Outwitting the Devil. When you go on Amazon and you actually you go to one of those, you'll get a bunch of recommendations of like the most frequently bought together. Just go and start reading those, right? That's the best way to start. You need to rewire your mindset, get rid of these old limiting beliefs and start to feed your mindset every day with positivity and reasons why you can do it, not why you can't. All right. I'm not meant to be rich. Again, refer back to slide number 3, limiting beliefs. It's not the right time for me. Well, you're watching this video, so obviously you're interested. And honestly, it's never going to be the perfect time. If you're waiting for the perfect time, it's never going to come, because life is never perfect. There's always something. There can always be some excuse. Okay. There were a million excuses I could have made to not make this video right now, yet I'm still making it, right? It's never a perfect time. So just understand that. Use your situation and make it fit what you need to do to succeed. And as you do your best every day, trust me, it's going to get easier. Okay. You just have to start now. Okay. And if you make excuses in your head, that's just laziness and a lack of discipline. How do I know the best business for me? Take the online business quiz, freedom.co/quiz. Link is down below. And that's pretty much it. Like, honestly, this is how you do it. And I put together the quiz for you. It's free. I put together the how to make your first $10,000 online. It's free. It's going to work for you no matter where you're from. And it's my honest advice with every business model, because I've done pretty much all of them. I've made millions of dollars with pretty much all of them, except agency. I haven't done that one, maybe in the future. But basically all the other ones I have. It's not complicated. It just takes work, belief, perseverance, persistence, and faith. That's it. Okay. So if you make excuses in your mind, and honestly, it's a battle with your mind every day. Every day. Life is a battle with your mind. You can your mind is kind of like a radio station. You can either tune to negativity or you can tune to positivity. I understand that certain situations, your mind's always in negativity, and I get that. Well, that means you have to fight that much harder. Okay. That's just how it is sometimes. So that's how you do it. Okay. And, millions of views later, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I get messages from people every single day on my Instagram. They started watching my videos a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, and they were able to achieve incomes that they could have never achieved, without my videos and, otherwise just a regular job, right? And these are people from not even America and Canada. These are people from all over the world. So trust me, I did it. I came from nothing, really, and all I had was faith. I knew deep down that it was possible. And I'm telling you that I am not Elon Musk. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg. You might think that I have a talent. Yes, we all have talents, but I'm not those people. I don't intend to be either. Honestly, I'm happy with where I'm at, and I just want to build this freedom movement, and I want to build this community of people around the world that are free, because we need more of that. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you want me to make more videos like this. Leave me a comment suggesting video topics. I'm super open. And I'm consistently posting, so I'm super excited about that. And I'll see you in the free 10K course. Link is down below. Don't miss it, because I'm only making it available for a limited amount of time. So I'm going to close it. I don't want everybody to have access to it, because these are things that only work right now. Okay, and the strategies that I talk about in there. So thank you for watching. Be free, be well. I'll see you in the next video.